Okay, I have some examples of synthetic division for you now. So synthetic division, a little bit easier than long division, takes a lot less space. You have to be careful. To do synthetic, first set up a little box here. This is for what you're dividing by. To find that, you take the bottom of the fraction, x minus 2 equals 0, and solve that. What do you get? X equals 2. 2 goes in this box. Now the numbers that go across here come from the top of the fraction. We're just going to use the coefficients. What's the coefficient of x to the fourth? 1. Minus 2. Uh-oh, there's no x squared. That means 0x squared. Minus 2 plus 1. All right. Now I'm going to draw a line, but before I draw the line, I have to think. I need spaces for numbers here for as I work the problem. So make sure you leave a space for some numbers. And then at the last number, the final answer here is the remainder. All right, you ready to get started? You bring down the first number. It's a 1. 2 times 1 is 2. We're going to multiply and add. Now add, I get 0. 2 times 0, 0. Add, I get 0 again. 2 times 0, 0. Add, negative 2. Finally, another number. 2 times negative 2, negative 4. What do I do with these? Add, negative 3. The remainder is negative 3. Now I have to write the polynomial that is the answer when x minus 2 is divided into x to the fourth minus 2x cubed minus 2x plus 1. The answer is a depressed equation. By that I mean that the degree here of the term is 1 less than what I started with. So if I started with x to the fourth, what's 1 less than x to the fourth? Hope you said x to the third. So I get 1 x to the third plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 2 and a remainder of minus 3 over x minus 2. And I like to put plus the remainder there. Now I would rewrite this one because those zeros I really don't need to write. So the final answer in better form would be x to the third minus 2 plus negative 3 over x minus 2. And that is the final answer. Some people put the minus down here and a plus up here. Either way is just fine. You do what you like. All right, let's do one more. Let's do this one. Okay, how do I find the number that goes in the little box? Do you remember? Take this. 2x plus 1 equals 0. Solve it. 2x equals minus 1. X equals minus 1/2. So I put minus 1/2 here. All right, this one's a little bit tricky because there's a couple other things we have to be careful of. All right, start with a 6. What's the next number? Negative 5. Then a 2. Then a negative 1. Didn't have any zeros here. Draw my line, leaving space for my numbers. Also, remember, my remainder is always the last number. Okay, let's go to town here. Bring down the 6. Negative 1/2 times 6. Negative 3. Add, get negative 8. Negative 1/2 times negative 8. 4. Add. 6. Negative 1/2 times 6. Negative 3. Add. Negative 4. All right, here's the tricky part. You're going to write the polynomial, so remember it's one lower in terms of degree, so this is going to be 6x squared minus 8x plus 6 with a remainder of negative 4 over 2x plus 1. But that's so the tricky part here, because I divided by a fraction, I have to take half of all of these. If I divided by 1/3, I divide them all by 3. So the real answer for this one is 3x squared minus 4x plus 3 plus a remainder -4 over 2x plus 1. The remainder doesn't get divided by 2. So the tricky part, if you have a fraction here, when you get what you think is the final answer, you take the bottom of the fraction and divide by that number. In this case, the bottom was a 2, so I divided all of these by 2. The remainder doesn't get affected. If that was a 1/3, I divide everything by 3. If it was a 3/8, I divide everything by 8. Doesn't matter what the top is, the bottom of the fraction becomes the number you divide by for final answer. So here you go. I think you're ready for homework now.